What's the most dangerous part of a construction site? If you guessed the ground beneath your feet, you'd be wrong. The real hazards are actually lurking overhead. Every year, hundreds of workers are seriously injured or killed by falling objects, electrocutions, and other overhead dangers on the job site. And these incidents are completely preventable if you know what to look out for. That's why we're going to get into the most common overhead hazards today and give you some critical safety tips to keep yourself and your crew out of harm's way. The first and most obvious overhead threat is falling objects. Whether it's building materials, tools, or equipment, anything that's not properly secured poses a serious risk. Just imagine a 20-pound tool plummeting 30 feet and hitting you in the head. It would be like getting struck by a small cannonball. To avoid these deadly projectiles, always wear your hard hat and make sure your work area is kept clear of any loose items or materials that could potentially fall. Use toe boards, barricades, and overhead protection like nets or canopies whenever possible. And never stand directly under a load that's being lifted or suspended. Another major overhead hazard is contact with energized power lines. Electricity is obviously extremely dangerous, and it only takes a momentary slip-up to get seriously shocked or electrocuted. Cranes, ladders, and long tools or equipment can all potentially contact these overhead lines if you're not careful. Before starting any job, always survey the work area and identify where power lines are located. Keep a safe distance of at least 10 feet or more for higher voltage lines. Use a spotter if you need to operate equipment near the lines. And never touch a down power line. Assume it's still energized and deadly. Lastly, you have to watch out for overhead obstructions like beams, pipes, and ductwork. These can pose a serious head strike hazard if you're not paying attention, especially for taller workers. Make sure you know the clearance heights in each work area and stay alert for potential bumps and impacts. So how do you stay safe from these overhead dangers? First, always use the right personal protective equipment. That means hard hats, safety glasses, and any other gear specified for the work you're doing. Next, make a habit of doing a thorough pre-task risk assessment before starting any job. Walk the area, identify all potential overhead hazards, and put the right controls in place. This could include barricades, spotters, restraint systems, or even modifying the work to eliminate the hazard entirely. It's also important that you stay hyper-aware and keep your head on a swivel at all times. Don't get complacent or let your guard down even for a second. If you ever feel unsafe or spot an uncontrolled overhead risk, stop work immediately and report it to your supervisor. And remember, overhead hazards aren't just dangerous for you as the worker, they also put your coworkers at serious risk. Overhead hazards may be out of sight, but they absolutely can't be out of mind on a construction site. Just a moment's distraction or a single mistake can lead to devastating, life-altering consequences. But if we all do our part to identify risks, use the right protective gear, and maintain laser-sharp awareness, we can keep each other safe from these dangerous overhead threats. It's on all of us to be proactive, stay vigilant, and look out for one another. Let's do it the right way. With safety as our top priority, your life and the lives of your crew depend on it. So please stay safe on the job.
Are you fed up with sifting through binders trying to find the right toolbox talk? Safe Leo can put an end to that headache once and for all. You'll never ever have to comb through binders again. Now you can easily upload your own or choose from our comprehensive library of preloaded text-based and video-based toolbox talks. No more last-minute scrambling to pull something together. Even better, you can bulk schedule those talks across all your projects, ensuring they happen consistently without someone having to remember. When it's time for the safety meeting, just pull up the day's talk on your phone or tablet and deliver it to your crew. Taking attendance is a breeze too. Workers can digitally sign in right on the device, or you can snap a photo of the physical sign-in sheet. Either way, SafeLeo keeps everything documented and stored in one organized system. Safety should be the top priority on any job site. Now you can streamline your toolbox talk so you can focus on the information, not scrambling to find it. Click the link below to request a quick demo.